Wish I could marry that bacon good. Next lunchtime, grab some good food to go from 7-Eleven. Good call.
He's the one-punch thug who was lucky to escape jail, but he hasn't escaped justice.
Anything you'd like to say?
A current affair tonight.
Back in 2014, an ICAC probe into banned political donations turned the New South Wales government on its head, claiming scalps across the Hunter and Central Coast. Now, 4 years later, little seems to have happened, despite charges being recommended for consideration, and people are asking why. Jane Goldsmith reports.
The revelations were startling. Reputations and careers crumbled. Over several weeks in 2014, politicians and developers filed into the ICAC as Operation Spicer focused on donations made during the 2011 state election. From envelopes of cash handed over in the back of a luxury car to a modest painting that sold for $10,000.
The former Lord Mayor described himself as a walking ATM. I mean, this was kind of Banana Republic stuff.
The power and possible influence of developers was examined. Almost 4 years on, questions are again being asked.
Why is it that we have this sort of two rules of justice? If you're rich and powerful and a politician, it's years before anything happens. If you're an ordinary citizen, well, then you get held to account.
In August 2016, the corruption watchdog made recommendations to the DPP regarding the possible prosecution of 7 people, including former Charlestown MP Andrew Cornwell and his wife Samantha Brooks, Chris Harcher and Joe Tripodi. Briefs of evidence were provided to the DPP exactly 1 year ago tomorrow. The allegation made against Mr Cornwell and his wife that they gave false or misleading evidence to the ICAC regarding a painting given to a developer in return for $10,120. Tonight, we can reveal the DPP has advised there's insufficient evidence to prosecute Ms Brooks. The ICAC is still awaiting advice from prosecutors regarding charges against the 6 other people, including Andrew Cornwell. When contacted by NBN News, he said he couldn't comment for legal reasons. The Shadow Minister for the Hunter blaming of resources for the delays.
Clearly, funding is an issue across the whole spectrum, from ICAC to the DPP. The government must adequately resource both of these entities to ensure that this sorry saga comes to an end.
The Green spokesperson for Justice, who closely followed Operation Spicer, is putting the heat on the ICAC.
When your recommendations have just sat there for 12 months, when your briefs of evidence haven't been returned, well, I think it's time you told the people of New South Wales either that was all a show, that was all song and dance and no substance, or we need to change the law.
It's not suggested charges should have been laid against Jeff McCloy or Hilton Grujon. Jane Goldsmith, NBN News.
Overseas now, and student survivors of the Florida high school shooting have announced a national march to demand action on gun control. On March 24, young people will take to the streets in every Washington, D.C.